It's sad, I know, but something has to change. You might notice that I'm filming this in my room, which I haven't done in a long time. And unfortunately, there's a reason for it. I've been envisioning this setup ever since I had like the Thrustmaster T80 way back when.
Ooh, let's see if we can do a 360 entry. Come on. There is no way.
Even back when I had my RC car setup, which I still have the car, by the way. I should probably finish this. I'm telling you, this was my dream setup. And to be honest, I actually love it. I mean, you know how much of a vibe it is to be watching a movie with all the lights off and the blue lights on, or even just sitting here editing on my phone in an environment that actually induces creativity. But the problem isn't really the setup itself, it's what it's built on. This loft bed, it's gonna kill me. And also the fact that this looks a lot bigger on camera than it actually is. Like, the biggest problem with this loft bed is getting up in the morning. You know how hard it is to get out of bed on a Saturday morning when you know you gotta do something, but you just really don't want to because the bed is so comfortable. Alexa, let there be light. I'm just getting too old for this, man. This is ridiculous. Not to mention, I'm 17 and I probably have the room of somebody probably half my age, so yeah. Another thing that makes it a lot harder to get up in the morning, you see it's 12:34 p.m. right now. Turn off every light. I get like no natural light back here, so in the morning time, I have to rely on only the clock to be able to tell me when I need to be up. So enough with the complaining. What is my course of action for what I'm gonna do? Well, I'm selling the loft bed, which unfortunately means this gaming setup will be no more. However, I'm gonna use the money that I make from selling that to get a actual like desk setup, something a bit more grown up. What am I gonna sleep on? I have an answer for you. Yeah, no, actually, I already have a bed. I had a video where I explained what I planned on doing with my area because this isn't my actual room. Whenever I refer to this room in videos, there's a reason why I call it my studio. Because the plan all along wasn't for me to stay in this room. No, it was actually this. Yeah, that's right. I have a connected room to the studio. Some of y'all might already knew that, but if you're new, then you didn't know that. You see, I could have had a room upstairs in the normal part of the house that doesn't have concrete floors and isn't covered in dust. But by taking this dark, dirty, nasty room in the basement, it gave me the opportunity to have pretty much the room of my dreams. Just to give some perspective, this is what the room looked like before any of this happened. I know it's not much at the moment, but we're going to sit some drywall up or do something to make it a bit more roomy. But yes, this is what I ended up with. But the most important part of all of this is the studio. It's not in perfect condition right now. It's just, you know, a storage room. It doesn't look great, but trust me, I have some great stuff planned for this room. So we ended up hiring some people to close in these walls. I have doors now, and we plan on getting the floors done at some point. So I'll give you a quick little house hunter's tour of this place. So this is a pretty big area right here. It's about the same size as the studio, maybe a little bit bigger. But the biggest thing that I'm excited about is this window. This has been an answer to prayer. Living back there was actually kind of affecting my mental health. Centering my life around my entire YouTube setup, it just made it feel like I couldn't have any downtime. Anyway, enough of that. So what we're going to do is clean out everything over here, and we're going to try and set up the bed in here just to make it look a little bit more roomy. But before we do that, we're going to go to ChickfilA's to get some lunch because I have a free sandwich on the app. Decadent. It's always weird going to your place of employment on your day off, but we got the food, it's secured. A little more burbles never hurt anybody. And 45. 2 baby reps so the HOA doesn't kill me. One more. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. You need to go to ChickfilA immediately and get one of these. All right, the fun is over. Now we gotta get to work. All right, now the bed is up. This is the new room setup. This is such an improvement on quality of life. Like, all it takes to get out of bed now, if I'm laying down, is doing this. Like, this is such a privilege. I'm so thankful and grateful. I mean, don't get me wrong, this area is definitely a vibe, but there's just something about natural light. It's just so much better for my noggin. Now, you may recognize this guy from way back on the channel, and I'm going to show you my setup. So of course we have the Logitech G29 itself, the PS4 Slim, the pedals, the metal chair that is very uncomfortable, and we are just in my living room. Mr. Newbie will probably remember it. Speaking of that, happy to see you back, bro. It's just a crazy full circle moment to have this. So this is actually going to be my TV. I'm going to put a Fire Stick right here, and of course, yeah, it also doubles as this. The only reason I'm using this TV right now is because this doesn't have a like a 3-prong thing, so this area will be a lot more clean soon. Now, if you know anything about me, you know I love my LED lights, and there's a surprising lack of them in here. I mean, we have this guy, but that's pretty much it. Or do we? If you remember way back when, I installed these Alexa lights, so I still have a little bit of LED action going on. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of this setup as we know it, but I might do one final hoorah. I might do one last gaming video just as a throwback. Be sure to like the video if you want to see that next. But yeah, I figured I'd share this with you guys because this is pretty important in the canon of the YouTube channel. Even if this doesn't get views, it's a really good, I don't know, history point. Anyway, I'm the Dude Sperado. Be sure to have a blessed day, and I will see you very soon. Have a blessed one.